Hey everyone, welcome to a new Wrote for a Cue video and a brand new Wrote for a Cue video actually, a brand new practice routine for you to have a go at. Not at home because, well, unless you've got a snooker table at home, then lucky you, but at your club or, you know, wherever it is that you play snooker. And this one is all about judging topspin and backspin basically. So what I've done is I've laid out 7 balls, so in my case, I've put a white, yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black. If you don't have a second cue ball, you can just use a red instead of the cue ball. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot this red that I've put just to the left-hand side as we look at it of the blue spot. Don't put it on the actual blue spot because you'll tend, if you do this a lot, you'll wear down the spot on the table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot it into the middle pocket, and I'm going to try and land the cue ball such that it's in line with the, first of all, the other cue ball like that, and then going backwards all the way back to the black. So basically going through levels of topspin right the way back to backspin. And yeah, so basically what I'm looking for is essentially an eclipse. So I'm looking to land the spotty cue ball such that it eclipses the coloured ball that I'm aiming for, and I'm obviously wanting to pot the red as well. So those two things have to happen. So there you see I've run a little bit too far, well, quite a lot too far actually for the yellow. And you want to put the cue ball. If you spread the balls, you don't want the black and the cue ball on the cushion. You want them about sort of 2 or 3 ball widths away from the cushion. Because we don't want to use the cushion as a stopper. Basically, if the cue ball hits the cushion and comes back and lands in the right place, that's still a fail, because if it hits the cushion, it's a fail. So there we go. There's another not perfect, but a pretty good eclipse. And you want to put that cue ball the spotty cue ball in my case, when you're actually taking the shot, about level where the blue is. Basically, around about, I don't know, 30 centimeters away from the red. So you've got enough room to spin the cue ball well, and you've got enough room to follow through when you're doing the backspin shots. You've got enough room to follow through and get out of the way as you need to. Not quite enough on that one. And you'll probably find that there's, in my case certainly, there's 1 or 2 that you struggle with. And you end up taking more shots with than usual. And those are the ones that maybe you need to practice a little bit more. And those are the ones that probably have different ways of playing them. So you could potentially play this green, for example. You could play it as a very delicate run through, or you could play it as a stun run through. And yeah, maybe you prefer one or the other. But and I think I do try both. Yeah, try that as a bit of a stun run through there, and go a little bit too far. I'm using my phone as the sort of camera to monitor whether I eclipse the balls, is that the right term? Whether the balls line up. So I'm looking for any kind of overlap with the edges of the balls, really. Ideally, the camera should be level with the table, but didn't do that. So and also ideally the camera should be facing the same way as this camera is, so it's not. We're not swapping sides of the table to do. Oh, I've already got into that one a bit too much. Even hit the cushion. That was, or nearly hit the cushion anyway. That was far too hard. Yeah. So one tip I would give you on this, and not to tip as such, but advice, is if you are doing this in a club, I would not do it on the same table every time, because it will wear a line into the table if you do this a lot. You could also make sure you don't do it on the same side each time. So when I next do this one, if I end up using this table, I'll flip everything around so that I'm trying to pot into the opposite middle pocket. But yeah, if you've got, like, in my club there's 4 tables, so I'll probably make sure I'm not doing it on the same table twice, basically, just to try and avoid wearing the line in the cloth. So still on this green, it's definitely the sort of Achilles heel for me in terms of topspin or stun run through shots. So that's just about eclipsing and I think I look at the camera and I decide to take it. Look, it looks like I don't, but yeah, I do decide to take it. It was tight though, probably only overlapping by a couple of millimeters. I mean, you don't have to use the coloured balls. You can put chalk marks on the table. This one's obviously easy. This is just a stop shot. You can even exclude this one from the routine if you like. It's but I thought I'd just put it in for posterity, just as a stop shot. So now on the blue. So now we're looking at sort of a delicate screw back. Don't want to come back too far, like a foot or something like that. Maybe not really, 10 inches, but more than that needs to come back. That's more like it. Oh, just a centimetre or two too far. So I'll try it again. That's more like it. Yeah, just a little bit of an overlap. So now on the pink. So the pink is the one I have the most trouble with. It's yeah, some reason I can't get this one right. It takes me a few attempts. No, not quite. That's better. Too far though, too hard. That's a shame. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'll take that. It didn't take as many attempts as I thought I'd remembered, actually. I thought it took more than that. It's maybe this one, actually, that I have trouble with. I seem to remember at the time there was one screw back shot I definitely had trouble with. It must have been the black. No, not quite. Well, as we watch set these balls up again, why not like the video if you do, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and put the bell on to get notified whenever I upload a new video. No, not enough still. Bit of unwanted side on that one as well. It's probably going to actually hit the black, let alone eclipse it. Another one, not a bit of side on it. Yeah, it was definitely this one I had trouble with, as you can tell. Oh, that was pathetic. So up to 23 attempts in total, with 8 on the green shot and 5 so far on the black shot. Oh, that one looks promising. No, it hits the cushion, so that's an immediate fail. Not that it lined up with the black anyway. That's the first pot I've missed, trying to hit it too hard. So 7 attempts so far on the black. This one looks a bit more promising. Yeah, we'll take that. Just about eclipses by about a quarter of a ball, something like that, maybe a bit less. So yeah, so we'll take that. 27 attempts total. So it's a green shot on the black shot. Probably need to practice, but even probably just the rest of them could do with a little bit more consistency. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in whatever the next video is.